Hey everybody in Ship Shop land, this is Bogie, your Metro Advisor for the Orlando, Florida area. I am attending the Metro Advisor Summit here in Alabama. We've had a chance to talk to a lot of different departments, see a lot of different things. We've spoken to a lot of the people on the teams that are helping Shipt to continue to become one of the best, if not the best out in the market. We got to talk to a lot of different people today. The one person that we did get to speak to and are going to have a chance to today here is our CEO, Kamau Witherspoon, and hopefully you can get some good words of what's happening in the future.
So first, it's a pleasure to be here with you. Thanks for making the trip to the summit. Great conversation this morning and excited to share more with more of our shopper community. And so, as Bogie mentioned, I'm Kamau Witherspoon. I'm the CEO of Shipt, and been CEO of Shipt for about 1.5 years now. And so one of the things that I really wanted to do, Bogie, when I stepped into the CEO role is I experienced Shipt as a member, had phenomenal experiences, like huge fan of Shipt for a number of years. But stepped into the CEO role was really important for me to like truly experience like everything that makes Shipt, like the care, the relationships, the connection, like all the things that I appreciated about Shipt as a member, but from the shopper side. And so one of the first things I did was I went out there and shopped. And I realized like very quickly, like it's not an easy job, but it really just drove home like just a tremendous amount of work and passion and all the lengths that our shoppers go through every single day to make sure that our members have a phenomenal experience. And so that experience really shaped my approach stepping into the role. Going out and shopping is something that I do from time to time. It's a way for me to stay connected to what's happening from an experience standpoint, and just identify ways to get better. But keeps me connected to where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, which is that shopper and member connection.
Well, that's good. I always like to say that most shoppers are panic shoppers. So you went through the panic shopping and
Yes,
the time crunch and all of that stuff. So I think we thank the fact that your battery was dying out so you could see what that side of it was.
Exactly.
One thing I did want to add is that having you in the summit today, we, at least as somebody who thinks he reads people well, it was great having you. I realized the people that do know you and the people that don't realize how down to earth you are and how much you do care about what you're doing and hoping to move us forward, which I believe you will. The progression of our app is also the progression of our people that are doing this and facilitating the orders for people. Today you sat in the summit and we talked about the preferred shopper. That's a big deal for us, and want to know what you felt about the feedback that you got during today's summit.
One of the things we talked about, obviously, as you know, you were there, was that how much I appreciate feedback. One of my mentors early on just talked about and really had me think about and embrace feedback as the gift that it is. And so I want to thank you and the other Metro advisors this morning for the great conversation. We had a lot of fun, we laughed a lot, but you gave us some really good feedback and opportunities we have to just continue to get better together. Specifically, I really appreciated the passion that you and the other Metro advisors shared with us in terms of how much preferred shopper means to you, the relationships that you form with your preferred members, the connections that you have with them, the amount of time. It was great hearing about some of the examples of some of the shoppers really being there for their members through various life stages and shopping for them along the way. And so that's something that we consider our preferred shopper program the best in the industry. We consider it best in class. It's something that we pride ourselves on in terms of being our differentiator and what makes Shipt distinctive in the marketplace in a way that we can win by playing our own game, not playing someone else's game. And so it was just great feedback to just solidify that we are making some of the right investments by continuing to like push the needle on preferred shopper.
The other thing that we talked about was the retailers that we are now have disconnected from and the relationships that we're trying to make with new retailers and how we're going about that. So I guess the bigger question is what retailers are we trying to form relationships with and how are we going about it?
We have made some intentional choices over the past few months to walk away from some retail partnerships that frankly weren't the right retail partnerships for us. In part, part of that was informed by a lot of the feedback that we got from the shoppers, whether it's some of the operational challenges that are associated with delivering prescriptions, for example, or some of the challenges that were associated with delivering balloons, as another example. Listening to that feedback, and one of the things that I like to do, in addition to going out and shopping from time to time so I can experience what's happening, I also, every month, and I just did it this morning, I sit with our X team. And it's really important for me to sit with our X team, put on the headphones, and just listen to the types of calls that are coming in from shoppers, from our members, and be much more curated in our approach to like who's on our platform. But it's bigger than just walking away. What that has allowed us to do is go deeper with the retailers that are on our platform, increase their order volume, be that true strategic partner to help grow their businesses through same-day delivery. And so we're really excited about a lot of the momentum that we have right now. The culmination of that was our biggest brand launch in the company's history, which is done in partnership with Issa Rae. And so you think about all the buzz, like, the Barbie movie, like she's everywhere. And so it was just a phenomenal partner at the right time. Some of the early results that we've seen have really exceeded our expectations. All the buzz, all the awareness. People are talking about Shipt and culture. So the cultural relevance that Shipt is starting to build is going to pay off, and it's going to pay off in a big way long term in terms of more memberships and more order volume. The other thing that we did was we launched student memberships. And so one of the things that we learned when we did the consumer research last year is this high affinity and attraction that students have to our platform. And so we wanted to make sure we offered something specific to students. So we just launched student memberships on the 1st of August. The early results, again, have far exceeded our expectations. And so we're really excited to continue to invest there. We're rolling out Snap EBT and making that available on their platform. So that's gonna, again, allow us to cast a much wider net in terms of the people who can become our members and place orders. But then we also need to make sure that, and this is something that we also learned coming out of the pandemic, we've got to make sure that we have the right balance of shoppers based on the number of orders that are happening on a market by market basis. And so we know that we got a little heavy in some markets, which impacts the ability for phenomenal shoppers like you and the phenomenal shoppers that we have in communities all over the country to earn the money that they want to earn on our platform. And so we're just making sure that we're continuing to get better as it relates to that. And so we're really excited about how the second half of the year is going to play out. We're building buzz, we're building awareness, we're culturally relevant, more people are trying us out. We launched a 14-day trial and we're seeing good results there. So we're really just on the attack. We're not sitting back and waiting for order volume to come our way. We're going on the attack and we're going out there and getting it.
That's great. I know that sitting in the summit today, I want to say that I speak for the rest of the shoppers that at least I felt that there was a lot of positive on both ends, receiving the feedback, finding out what's coming out now, the second half of the year, and the confidence that it gives me as a shopper knowing that there are these great things coming out that will help us facilitate our members, which is ultimately, and using it through our retailers, partnerships that we have. And I have a lot of confidence in you. Obviously we've known you from the shop that you did, a video that we saw, and at the end of the day, some people go like
that was staged.
Yeah. No, but even if it wasn't, at the end of the day, that's all they know. But now I hope I'm the first one speaking on somebody who met you, have had spent some time with you, just talking about life. Ultimately we all have filters. You filter who you vibe with and who you don't. I could tell you that I feel very comfortable with who you are and how you're leading us into that next position with the teams that we have, the X teams, our Metro advisors, everybody who was there in these last couple of days have been very positive for me. And I hope that we can, what I was telling you, hopefully that we can project that to our shoppers, to not let them know that they're alone. Because when I became a Metro advisor, the first and main thing I wanted to do was, because we were going through the pandemic, was that a lot of people were going out into this vast position to shop for people and their families. And I wanted to make sure that they weren't alone or felt that they were alone, that they were in a fight. And I feel that you're in it with us, and this whole group of people in the shipbuilding are doing that. So I thank you for the time. I'm glad that we had a little bit of time to sit down and talk and have you, tell us of the vision, the vision that you have, and happy about that.
Yeah, and thank you for your time too. Really appreciate you and all the Metro advisors who are here today for just carving out the time to come here and spend time with us. And share the phenomenal feedback that we heard from you today. And we look forward to continuing to get that feedback so we can continue to get better together. So thank you for that. And then I also want to just thank just the entire shopper community. Everything that you do each and every day, we know that we're at our best when we play our own game, and when we play our own game, like, we win. And our best game is the relationships, the connection. We talked about preferred shopper a lot. Like, we're just going to continue to invest in that and try to set you up for success, in ways that, you tell us we need to, in ways that we see our members want us to. And so I just want to thank all of you for all the phenomenal work you do in communities across this country. So thanks.
Hasta la pasta.